Welcome to your mat for your yoga practice today. We're going to start by lying on our backs, taking the soles of your feet to touch in Supta Baddha. Your arms are by your side, or you place in one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Taking slow, long, deep inhales and exhales as you arrive on your mat. Inhale to the count of 4. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue like this as you let go of your day, let go of anything in your mind, just letting your worries float away as you spend this 30 minutes with yourself on your mat. Taking your knees into your chest now and rocking from side to side, massaging into the spine. Now starting to rock back and forth along the length of your spine, using your legs to get momentum, hands behind your thighs, and rock to come to sit up, rolling over your feet, coming into the tabletop position on your mat. We're going to do a few cat and cow stretches. So as you inhale, drop your tailbone, lift your head up, and exhale, pull your navel towards your spine and chin towards chest. Here you can do any variation of cat and cow that we've done before, either the standard or moving through to child's pose. Just moving into your spine, do what feels good for you today. Coming into child's pose now, taking your seat to your heels, arms stretched out in front of you. Tucking your toes, straighten your knees, coming into a short downward facing dog. As you inhale, you're going to drop your knees to the floor, taking your sit bones close to your heels. And as you exhale, come back up. Inhale, drop your knees almost to the floor, taking sit bones to heels, come back up. Do this a few times. On the next time, when your knees come close to the floor, you're just going to come down and hold that. Stretching into your arms, your shoulder blades, holding this crouching pose, stretching into your lower back. On your next exhale, you're going to straighten your legs, coming back into your downward facing dog. Walking your feet just 1 foot distance in, so your shoulders are over your wrist. So you're in a short downward facing dog. You're going to come up onto your tippy toes, shoulders go over wrists, and then flatten your feet back onto the floor. Do this a few times. Press up, shoulders over wrists, come back down. So you want your down dog to be shorter, so you can really feel and build the strength in your shoulders, in your arms, so that one day you can do the headstand. Making this your last round, finding stability now. As you inhale, you're going to take your right hand and grab hold of your left, behind your left knee or your calf or your ankle, wherever you can reach. But you want to be in the short downward facing dog. You're going to look over your left armpit. So it's a twisted pose. Keeping your legs as straight as you can. Bring your right hand back to the floor. On your next exhale, take your left hand, grabbing hold behind your right knee, thigh or calf and hold. Looking under your left shoulder, taking a twist in the upper spine. On your next exhale, release your left hand back to the floor. Take your knees to the floor. Sit your heels back into a child's pose. Coming back into a short downward facing dog with your shoulders almost over your wrist, because we're building strength today in your shoulders. Come onto your tippy toes and come down. As you inhale, lift your right leg to the sky if you can. If you can't, continue coming onto your tippy toes and coming down. If your leg is in the sky, bend that right foot, taking it towards the left butt cheek, opening up that right hip. Pressing in through your hands equally. Bring your foot back to center and release it down. On your next inhale, left leg goes to sky, trying to keep your hips leveled here. If you want to stay here, you stay here. Otherwise, you bend in that knee, taking your ankle towards your right butt cheek and opening up into that left hip. On your next inhale, you're going to straighten your leg again. And exhale, come back down. Pressing your shoulders over your hips, stepping your legs out, coming into a normal downward facing dog. So pushing up from your hands. So we're not in a short dog now, we're in the normal downward facing dog. So you're either going to stay in downward facing dog or you're going to take plank, but we're going to do down dog push-ups. So press it forward, coming into plank. On your next exhale, come back into downward facing dog and bend your elbows so that they almost touch the floor. Inhale, straighten your elbows, press forward, shoulders over wrist plank, press back to downward facing dog, bend your elbows so they touch the ground or almost come back up. Come into plank. Do this a few times at your own pace. So from plank to down dog to bent elbows down dog. Back to down dog and then to plank. Just creating mobility in the spine, creating strength in your shoulders and your upper arms. Coming back into a downward facing dog. You're going to start to walk your feet forward to the front of the mat, between your hands. Inhale, grab hold of opposite elbows and just hang. Let the weight of your head carry your body down. Bend your knees if you need to, swing from side to side if that feels okay. Just relaxing, enjoying. On your next inhale, uncurl your spine, coming up one vertebra at a time, and your chin comes up last. Standing with your feet hip-width distance apart. Going to interlace your fingers, place it behind your neck, just above the base of your spine. And as you exhale, look forward and open your elbows up. Inhale, look back. Exhale, look forward. Using the weight of your hands to open up your chest further when you look back, and using it to push, gently nudge your head forward so that you're opening up into the back of the spine. The next time you look down, you're going to squeeze your elbows, keeping your hands where they are. Squeeze your elbows towards your face. So really opening up into the back of your neck, creating that space and that length in your vertebra. Bending your knees, and you're going to take your elbows towards your knees. So you'll feel a pull, a stretch at the back of the entire length of your back. If this is too much for you, stay up, but keep the bind of your hands and pulling your neck down. On your next exhale, you're going to bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, opening your elbows up as you reach the top, releasing your hands by your side. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, place your left hand down and reach your right hand over for a side stretch. Opening up now into the side body. We've opened up into the back body, now we're opening up into the side. Inhale, come back up. Release your hands. Inhale again, reach up. And exhale, right hand goes down and left hand reaches up and over. Only going as far as you can without closing your chest. On your next inhale, come back up. And release your hands alongside your body. Standing at the top of your mat in Tadasana Mountain Pose. Get ready for sun salutations. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right foot back to lunge. Exhale, left foot back to plank. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. And exhale, cobra. On your next inhale, come into a downward facing dog. Exhale, step your right foot back to lunge, left foot to meet right, fold. Inhale, swan dive up, palms to touch above your head, Tadasana. We'll go again. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch. Exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward, bend knees, step left foot back to low lunge, right foot back to plank, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, fold. Inhale, the reverse swan dive, palms to touch above your head. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch. Exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, right foot back to lunge. Grounding your right hand, reach your left arm up for a twisted lunge. Looking up at the left fingertips. Inhale, both hands go back to the floor, step back to plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward to lunge. Exhale, left foot forward, fold. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch above your head. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back to lunge. Planting your left hand, reach your right arm up. On your next exhale, right hand goes next to your right foot. Step your right foot back to plank, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward to lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, palms to touch above your head. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, the right foot back to lunge. On your next inhale, you're going to reach your arms up into a high lunge and hold. Exhale, place your hands in the front, either side of your front foot. Step back to plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot back forward to lunge. Exhale, left foot to meet right, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hands to touch above your head. Exhale, prayer to heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back to lunge. Getting ready, pressing into your feet, reach up, high lunge. Maintain that balance. Your right knee is bent at 90 degrees. Exhale, palms go back to the floor, step back to plank, lower your knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left foot forward to lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, fold. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch above your head. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your hands on the floor, reach up, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer to heart center, bend your knees deeply, hook your left elbow on your right knee, taking a twist. Inhale, come back to center, Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer back to your heart center and twist the opposite direction. So right elbow to left knee, making sure your knees are aligned. Looking at your elbow, your top elbow, trying to get your prayer at the center of your chest. Inhale, reach up, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten your legs, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back to lunge, left foot back, and come into a downward facing dog. From your down dog, you're going to reach your right leg towards the sky. For three-legged dog, opening up that right hip, bending your knee. If you can't do this, you stay in downward facing dog. Otherwise, you follow along with me. Opening that hip, straightening that right leg, keeping your hips level, taking your right knee into your chest, pushing forward, stepping that right foot between your hands, placing your left knee on the floor, reaching up for low lunge. Taking your right hand, placing it on the floor next to your hip, and reaching over to the right side with your left hand. Sinking your hips down low, ensuring your knee is above your ankle, stretching into the left side of the body. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, place both hands to frame your front foot, step back to plank, go back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to sky, keeping your toes pointing down. That helps to level the hips. Open up the hips. Now taking your heel towards your sit bones. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Curl your knee in or help your foot get between your hands. Placing your right knee down on the floor. As you inhale, you're going to reach up into a low lunge, placing your left hand on the floor next to your left hip and reaching your right arm over. So a twist in a lunge, a side stretch in a lunge. Making sure your hips are sinking low, your gaze is forward in front of you. If your hand doesn't reach the floor, you can use a block under your hand. Inhale, hands back to the floor, step back to plank, and push back into a downward facing dog. From your down dog, you're going to come into a tabletop position and do a few cat and cow stretches at your own pace. Finding a neutral spine again. Tucking your toes and coming into a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you're going to step your right foot behind your left. So your right leg is alongside your left leg, so they crisscross. You can bend your left knee if you need to, keeping your right knee straight. And feel the stretch that you're feeling. Feel where the movement is, where the stretch is. Pressing into your hands. Inhale and straighten out, left foot next to right. This time you're going to step your left foot behind and alongside your right foot. Feeling the stretch on the left side now. Does this feel good or does this feel bad? Just notice what's happening in your body, in your mind. Stepping your feet back next to each other in a normal downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky for three-legged dog. And as you exhale, take your knee to your chest, step your foot between your hands, ground your left heel and reach up for warrior one. Bending your right knee at 90 degrees, your arms are alongside your ears, your hips are facing forward. On your next exhale, you're going to open up into a warrior two, gazing over your right fingertips. On your next exhale, you're going to bring your right elbow to your right knee, reaching your left hand straight up, or you're going to place your right hand on the floor, whichever is more comfortable for you, for an extended side angle, and hold. If your hand is on the floor, you want to feel that right knee pressing into your right armpit. Inhale, take both hands to the floor. Step your left foot in a little. As you face your hips forward, come onto your fingertips. Look up and exhale, fold over that right foot, leg, for forward facing triangle. If you can't reach your floor, then put your hands on your thighs or get some blocks, whatever is comfortable for you. Making sure your hips are facing forward, both your feet will be facing forward, so it's like you're standing on railway tracks. Inhale, come back up onto your fingertips. You're going to bend into that right knee, step your left knee behind your right foot, alongside it, for Ardha Matsyendrasana, spinal twist. As you inhale, reach your left hand to the sky, hooking it onto your right knee and twist. Your right hand goes at the base of your spine, looking over your right shoulder. If this is uncomfortable for you, straighten out the bottom leg, the leg that's on the floor. Taking long, slow, deep inhales and exhales. Release. De-rotate to the opposite side. Coming back to center. Wherever you need to, you're going to make your way into plank. So you're either going to hold full plank or half plank with your knees on the floor. Either ways, your shoulders should be over your wrists, whether you're holding full plank or half plank. In plank, you want to be pushing up between your shoulder blades. So pulling your navel towards your spine, not letting your shoulder blades, the space between your shoulder blades sink down. The choice is yours, full or half. Whatever you do, stick with it. Slowly lowering yourself all the way down, taking your fingertips just further away from your shoulders. Inhale, come up into a cobra and exhale down. Inhale, come up and exhale down. Inhale, come up and exhale, release. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders, push back, true child's pose. And then come back into a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep your left heel to the sky, three-legged dog. You can open up that hip if you want to by bending your left knee. On your next inhale, step your left foot between your hands, raising up into a warrior one. Your right foot is at 45 degrees. Your hips are facing the front of the room. Exhale And open up into a warrior two now. Gazing over your left fingertips. We go in for extended side angle. So on your next inhale, place your left elbow either on your left knee or your left hand to the floor next to your left foot. Reaching your right arm up, looking up at your right hand for extended side angle pose. You want to be opening up your chest and not closing it towards the floor. You want a straight line from your right fingertips to your left fingertips. Inhale, both hands to the floor. Stepping that right foot in a bit. Squaring your hips off to the front of the room. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Come onto your fingertips and exhale, forward facing triangle. Fold over your straightened left leg. If you need to bend that knee a little, you may. That's not a problem. If you need blocks under your hands, you get blocks. Inhale, come back up, halfway lift. Bending that left knee, stepping the right knee behind next to your left foot. Setting up for Ardha Matsyendrasana on the left hand side. As you inhale, reach your right arm up and then hook it on your left knee with your left hand at the base of your spine, twisting to the left. Breathing deeply and slowly. On your next exhale, release, derotate to the opposite side. Come to face forward again. Stepping back to plank, however you need to. We're going to go for side plank now, so either place your knees on the floor, do supported side plank like I'm doing now, or you can do full side plank. Whichever is your variation that you prefer. I'm really working into the shoulders and the arms today. Placing your hand back on the floor, we're going to move to the opposite side. So whichever variation you did on the first side, you do it on the second side as well. On your next exhale, you can place your hand back on the floor, pressing back into downward facing dog. From your down dog, you're going to come onto your elbows. Your hands are out in front of you, flat on the floor. And you're going to start to walk your feet closer to your hips or your face. But keep your crown of your head off the floor. This is dolphin pose. A great pose to gain strength in your shoulders and your back. To help you do handstands, headstands, forearm stands. Hold for as long as you can, and when you're done, come back down into child's pose. We will meet back in child's pose, everyone. Just taking a few deep inhales and exhales here, letting go. If you didn't manage dolphin and you only managed downward facing dog, that's also okay. Listen to your body and do what your body needs you to do. Coming into tabletop, and thereafter finding your way into Malasana, yogic squat. Using your elbows to push out your knees. If your heels lift off the ground, you can put something under them to support them. Not everybody can get their feet flat, and that's fine. Be where you are. If you want to take it a bit further, place your right hand on the outside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up, stretching into the left side of the body. Taking back your prayer to heart center. And do this on the left side now. Keeping your left forearm be in front of your left knee, reaching your right arm up. One side may be easier than the other, and that's perfectly normal. Taking your prayer back to heart center. You have an option now. You can take a bind, as I have, holding your fingers, or you can do the one we previously did. But you want to be opening your shoulder towards the sky. Wrapping that right arm in front of that right knee, taking your left hand behind your back, releasing now, coming back to center. Do it on the left side. Wrap your arm around your knee, taking your right hand, grabbing hold of your left fingertips, and opening your chest up. If this becomes too much for you, you stay normal yogic squat, or you do the previous pose. You listen to your body. Inhale, come back to center, yogic squat. Placing your hands on the floor. Straighten your legs and slowly coming up with your neck and head coming up last. We're gonna do the figure 4 pose now. So bending your left knee, taking your right leg and placing your right ankle on your left knee in a figure 4 shape, taking your prayer to heart center and holding. So you're gonna be sitting down low like we do in Utkatasana. If this is too much and you're feeling a lot of stretch on your thighs, you stay here. If you have more room, you start to fall forward, taking your hands to the floor, straightening your left standing leg. And you hold here. So either ways, your body is either up or you're folding over your legs, but you'll feel a deep stretch in the back of your thighs and the front. Coming back up, prayer to heart center. Straightening your legs, taking your right knee into your chest, giving it a squeeze, and then straightening your right leg out. Bend your knee into chest, straighten, bend, and straighten. Release your right leg to the floor. We're going to do the same on the other side. So bending your right knee, placing your left ankle on your right knee or thigh, taking your prayer to heart center, sitting down low. If this is where you choose to stay, this is where you stay. If you feel you want a deeper variation, you start to fall forward, taking your hands to the floor, straightening out your right standing leg, folding over your foot. Don't judge yourself. If you fall out, come back into the pose. Wherever you are, today is perfect. Bending your knee again, coming back up to stand in the figure 4 pose. And exhale, straightening your right leg, taking your left knee into chest, straightening your left leg, leg into chest, straightening, knee into chest, straightening. Take your knee into your chest and release your leg down. You're going to bend your right knee, grabbing hold of your right foot with your right hand. If this is enough for you, this is where you stay. If you want to take dancer's pose, you're going to reach your left arm up and slowly kick into your right hand, tilting your body a bit forward, keeping that right leg bent behind you, but keeping your chest open for dancer's pose. Keeping your gaze at your fingertips if you can, or just in front of you for balance. Inhale, come back up and release your right leg. We'll do the left side now. So as you inhale, bend that left knee, grabbing hold of your foot with your left hand. If this is too much of a stretch, you stay here. If you want more, you inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your right ear, and exhale, slowly lift your left knee away from your right knee, kicking into that left hand, coming into dancer's pose. On the left hand side. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Slowly coming back out, releasing your foot to the ground. Walking your feet out if you need to. Coming to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms to touch. Exhale, fall forward. Bending your right knee, bending your left knee. Just loosening up into those hips, walking them out a bit. Bend your knees, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, and lower all the way down to the ground. Taking your arms out in front of you for Superman pose. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hands, chest, feet, knees off the ground. Coming up only as much as you can. You either hold Superman or you transition into locust pose, taking your hands alongside you and then behind you, interlacing your fingers, using the interlace of your fingers to pull your chest further up. Only go as far as you can go and only hold as long as you can hold. On your next exhale, release all the way down. We're going to do bow pose now. If you can manage this, if you can't, you do locust. Bending your knees, grabbing hold of your ankles or your feet with your hands. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest and your thighs off the ground. It's not so important to get your thighs very high. The opening should come from your front body. So you want to open your throat, your chest, and lift that. Kicking into your feet, helping you lift. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly come down. Rolling over, coming to lie on your back. As you inhale, take your right knee into your chest. For half wind, releasing pose, interlace your fingers over your knees. If you want to stay here, you stay here. Otherwise, lift your nose towards your knees. Half wind, releasing pose. Keeping your left foot flexed, keeping that left leg straight. And as you exhale, lower your head down and straighten your right leg back. Taking your left knee into your chest, interlacing your fingers around your left thigh. As you inhale, lift your nose towards your knee. It may not reach there, and that's okay. Releasing your right knee now back down and your head. We're going to do bridge pose now. So you know where you're going. Bend your knees. Taking your feet quite close to your sit bones. So you can brush your heels with your fingertips. And as you inhale, lift up into bridge pose. Interlacing your fingers underneath your back. Walking onto your shoulders if you want to. If you want the variation with your leg, then you will lift one leg to the sky. Hold it for a few seconds and then lift the other leg to the sky and hold it for a few seconds. If you're doing normal bridge like I am, you stay there. Whatever your variation is, that's what you stick with. On your next exhale, slowly lowering down onto your back, taking your knees into your chest. We're going to do happy baby pose. So grabbing hold of the soles of your feet with your hands. You can use the option to straighten out your legs if you need to. Your knees will be pushing towards your armpits or lower down towards your rib cage. Take whichever variation is best for you. On your next exhale, releasing down, letting your feet come long, getting ready for Shavasana. Final resting pose, corpse pose. Your arms are alongside your body, you let go of your controlled breathing. Your body is relaxed, your eyes are closed. This is where I leave you. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish to, or sit up and meditate if that's what you choose. But enjoy your day. Thank you. Namaste.